What is the African Union doing about the young Sudanese woman Qisma Ali Omar, who was hanged and tortured to death? Nothing. Silence. The so-called African Union, an institution that calls itself the voice of Africa, has chosen to remain quiet while our sisters are brutalized, while our people are destroyed. This is why I say, the African Union is one of the most deceptive names and organizations ever created. They were not formed to defend Africa. They were formed to control Africa, to serve foreign interests, to silence our struggles under the mask of unity. And today, while Sudan bleeds, the African Union plays deaf and blind. Brothers and sisters, Sudan's tragedy did not begin today. For decades, Sudan has been at the crossroads of Africa and the Arab world, a land of gold, fertile soil, oil, and the Great Nile. These blessings should have made it one of the richest nations on earth. Instead, they brought endless wars. Why? Because outsiders always saw Sudan not as a home of proud people, but as a land to be divided and exploited. Look back at Darfur in the early 2000s. Villages burned, women used as weapons of war, millions displaced. Look at the secession of South Sudan in 2011, celebrated as independence, but in reality, another division that left both sides weaker while outsiders gained access to oil and land. Every chapter of Sudan's history has been written in blood, not by the will of its people, but by the hands of those who profit from instability. Outsiders. And today, the same story continues. The rapid support forces, born out of militias, are fighting a war that is tearing Sudan apart. And behind them, funding and influence flow from Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. These nations do not care about Sudanese lives. They care about leverage, about controlling gold mines, about dictating who rules in Khartoum. Meanwhile, the so-called international community stays silent. Western media, which runs headlines when a single European is harmed, ignores the torture of a Sudanese woman. And the African Union, which should be the shield of Africa, betrays us with silence. So when Qisma Ali Omar was tortured, filmed, and murdered, her death was not just the tragedy of one woman. It was the reflection of how Sudan's people, especially its women, are treated as tools in a game of power. Her execution is a symbol of the suffering caused by decades of interference, greed, and betrayal. We must tell the truth. The African Union has failed. The silence of Africa's leaders is complicity. If we wait for them, our people will continue to die in forgotten wars. But Qisma Ali Omar's blood must not be in vain. Her name must be remembered. Her death must strengthen our resolve to expose